is from my end. Oh. Don't worry, let me just record it. I will send it to you. It's the same thing. Okay. Yeah. You can still see my screen, right?
Yes, I can see.
All right. Is it me or my screen? Which one?
I can't see your screen.
Okay.
I
Stop.
was seeing your screen the other time.
Okay, now you cannot see me anymore.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. All right, let me come back to share screen. Now, can you see my system?
Yes, I can see your system. I can see Protastructure.
All right, fine. Okay. I believe. All right. Let me just assume you don't know anything about it. Yeah. So, ProtaDetail, you can see we have under your share, we have new. That means, what that means is that you can create a new project. You can open an existing project. You can save an existing project. Like this is a staircase I just finished working on. I can save this project. Okay. I can click on new drawing. I can open drawing file. Okay. So I think this one and this one, they work almost the same. If you say save drawing, you are saving the drawing. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
All right.
I think I will use my phone when I want to talk to you.
Okay. So without the phone, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I think it's you that can't hear me unless I call you via WhatsApp.
Exactly. I can't hear you at all.
But you can hear me via WhatsApp.
Yes. So fine. Just let's end it then.
I want to drop the call. If I need to talk to you, I'll pick the phone and call
you. It's all right. No problem. No problem. It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So I can concentrate.
No wala.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So like I was saying, then we have exports for external softwares. Okay, so you can export to DWG, DXF. Your DWG and DXF is actually AutoCAD formats. These are formats that the AutoCAD actually recognizes. So once you export your drawing, it's going to come out as a DXF format. Okay, so when it comes out as DXF, you can actually open this particular drawing, that is the detailed drawing, on your AutoCAD software. Then from there, you can do whatever editing you actually want to do on it. Export to PDF, you can export it in form of a PDF. So it's going to be a PDF file, okay? So you can export that file as a PDF file to your system, and then you can share it as a PDF file to your client. So it's important sometimes that you export to PDF sometimes for the clients, you know, in order for the client to be able to open that particular drawing, is just for him to see how the detailing is like, or you're actually done with the project. Okay, then export to image is just as the name implies. Okay, so you are exporting it as an image. So project achieve is like you are zipping that particular project, so you are exporting it, or you are making it as a zip file. Okay, so here we have edit, we have redo, undo. That is when you actually click on a command, and then for example, if you open a particular or you copy a particular drawing, or you move, or whatever you do, you can actually undo it and you can actually redo it. I'm going to practicalize all of this so as for you to see them practically. Okay, I'm just giving you an overview of how the software actually works. Okay, ProtaDetail. The good thing about ProtaDetail is when you have a good knowledge of AutoCAD, you are most likely going to you are definitely not going to have much problem with the software, okay, because it has the same shortcut tools with your AutoCAD, and it has a lot of tools that are similar to your normal AutoCAD software. So if you are very much familiar with AutoCAD, ProtaDetail will not be most especially if you want to do any editing on the ProtaDetail, will not be much of a problem for you. Okay, and then we have view. Under your view, you can redraw, regenerate, zoom all, zoom extend, zoom previous, zoom window, zoom out, zoom in, pan, and all that. I'm going to be explaining all of this as we go further in this particular training. Okay, you are bringing to front, you send to the back. Most of these tools are very much similar with that of AutoCAD, honestly. So the same function you do with your AutoCAD, okay, you can do that in ProtaDetail. I'm going to be showing you some comparison in the software, comparing them with the AutoCAD. Okay, so like the name implies, ProtaDetail is mainly for detailing, but it has some template for some structural members that you can actually generate directly from the ProtaDetail. Okay, so draw, you can see we have the normal line, we have construction line, which is XL, we have the X-ray, we have rectangle, we have polyline, we have arc, we have circle, we have the ellipse, the text, the multi-text, this is it, multi-text, your points, your hash, your leader, your image. Okay, like I said, very, very similar with AutoCAD. Okay, so you can see all of these tools are very much available in your normal AutoCAD environment. So I'm going to be demonstrating how to use most of these tools for you while we are here in the ProtaDetail software. Okay, we have dimension, we have the vertical dimension. As the name implies, you can take a dimension for this, like from here to here. You can check the dimension from here to here, which is actually vertically. If you take from here to here, is horizontal. If you are taking a dimension from this point to this point, that's diagonal. So all of that is actually as their names implies. So you can also take an angular dimension. You can check you can put in the diameter dimension, the radial dimension when you are talking about maybe like the radius of a cycle. Okay, and then this is dimension continuous. When you type in a particular dimension and then you want to continue with it from that point. Okay, I'm going to be demonstrating some of that to you in this ProtaDetail. Okay, and then I will most likely compare them with AutoCAD. You are going to see all of these tools, the way we use them exactly here in our ProtaDetail is the same way you are going to use them even in your normal AutoCAD software. So that is actually one thing that makes ProtaDetail a very great software, if you ask for my opinion. Okay, for modify, as the name, if you come to modify tab, you can see we have erase, we have copy, we have mirror, we have offset, we have array entities. Okay, we have rectangular array and polar array. I'm going to be demonstrating that to you too. We have move, we have rotate, we have scale, we have stretch. Like I said, all of these tools are similar with AutoCAD. With their normal shortcut keys, the way you use them in AutoCAD is the exact way you are going to use them even in your ProtaDetail. So if you have a very good knowledge of AutoCAD, using ProtaDetail for editing will not be much of a problem for you. Okay, because using the tools already, you are familiar with the tools already. So whatever knowledge you have in AutoCAD, you can transfer them here 100%. It's exact, it will work the same for you. Okay, so there's no difference. The settings, you know, like the normal settings that you know, your settings and parameters manager. Okay, so you can actually play around here to check. Sorry. Okay, if it comes to settings and parameters, this command is not available for a version of ProtaDetails. Okay, but that is not a problem. Your layers and your text, is it coming up? Okay, I think it's loading in the background. Okay, it's loading. Okay, fine, it's here now. These are your layers. Okay, you can play around with your layers just like the AutoCAD as well. You can change the colors, the thickness of your lines. Sometimes I hear people complain most times that my detailing, they will tell you that their detailing is not coming out very well, probably because of the colors when you print out. So you can actually narrow all your structural members or whatever detailing. If you want to specify for reinforcement and all of that, you can use your primary colors. It will come out very, very, very well. Okay, for example, when you are using black, when you are using blue, when you are using red, it will definitely come out very, very, very clean and clear. Okay, so you can play around with that here. You can see it's under the description here. We have that of axis, we have for column, we have for column detail, we have for shear wall. So each of these structural members, you can actually play around. You can see here we have beam line, beam hash, beam label. That is the labeling on those beam, the beam size label, auxiliary line. Okay, all of that. If you come down to beam detail, you can see beam line, beam label, beam quantity label, beam size label. If you go down to your slab, okay, so you can change the thickness of the line that is coming, the type of line, the thickness of the line. You can see here we have the capacity or opacity. We have the line type, the line weight. Okay, like I said, you can change the thickness of that line. The font here, you can change the kind of font and even the text height. Okay, so if I click on this drop down here, you can see it's giving me other options. So you can play around and change to whatever. If you want to use Veneer, if you want to use Romance, or you want to use Romand, whatever, you can actually just go down here and play around with it. So as for your detailing to come out very, very clean. So you can actually do all of these settings and make them your default settings. Okay, so whenever you do your design, your detailing will come out actually using all of those settings. Okay, so it boils down to the little knowledge you have in AutoCAD. All of these too is very much available in your AutoCAD. And if you are a bit familiar with Microsoft Word, you are going to see all of these types of text and their font height and all of that. They are very much available in your Microsoft Word as well. So you can see there's a whole lot of relationship in between all of this. Okay, good. So I'm going to close this. So we are actually going to be using most of this before the end of this training on ProtaDetail. Okay. So on this now, if you go under your options, I don't want to go into this right now. So I will click on OK, or I can click on close to take that off. Protastructure, you can update the model. All of this requires internet model information. So here you can, okay, it's loading in the background. Don't worry, it will come up now. Okay, so if you click here, now you can see the codes. You can see material and all that. I don't want to actually go into all of this right now. Okay, let's go down to, okay, we're in Protastructure. concrete beam rebar schedule. That's your reinforcement bar schedule. Slab reverse deflection table. So you can make all of this to reflect in your structural member. Now on your beam, you can make that, you can turn that off, or you can even do some little editing, and then you can ask this to actually draw this for you. So let me click somewhere, click outside here. It's going to generate that for me if I have my beams available here. This design, okay, I have beams here, so you can see it has generated my schedule for me. Okay, so column link detail like that is going to generate all of that. Project header. Okay, let's come down here. But most of these, most of the settings you are doing here is also very much available in the software itself, in the Protastructure itself. Okay, is very much available there. Most of these, they are very much available there. So you can as well do it directly even in the Protastructure itself. Some of the settings here. Okay. Today is going to be more like an introductory class where I'm going to be introducing you to the ProtaDetail before we now start going into the ProtaDetail proper. Okay. So I'm just giving you an overview of how your ProtaDetail is. Design library. Okay, I'm in design library here. You can see Protastructure 2021 has all of this: cantilever, retaining wall, staircase, retrofit, steel facade. We have cobble. Okay, we have pad footing, pool. So it has all of these templates are very much available here. So you can generate all of that. If you want to generate your isolated part, okay, you just want to quickly just design a part, you know, you can do all of that. And all of this that is here is also what we have here. Okay, so let this not confuse you. So you can actually come to your design library and click on cantilever retaining wall, and it will come out with the template for you. Okay, you can go to your staircase and click on it, it will come out with the template for you. You go to retrofit wall, it will come out the template for you. So I'm going to be showing you all of that here. So, but let me click on cantilever retaining wall. It's going to bring it out for me. So all I need to do here is just to fill in the information based on what I have from probably my report or what I have seen live there on the site. So there must be a report. So from there, I can fill in all the necessary informations here. So if the wall height is 5 meters, for example, the casting height is 5 meters or whatever, you can actually input all of your information, the wall length, the stem top width. So I'm going to be going through all of these structural members one by one. So I'm not going to take you through that right now. So I'm going to close it, but you can see your H1, your H here. You can actually see here the height, your I, they are all represented here in the drawing. You can see it has actually displayed here. So whatever information you are typing here, for example, if I change this height now to let's say 6 meters, for example. Yes, I want to do that. Yes, so you can see if I click on that, you can see design must be renewed. So you have to redesign. You can see here, if I click on design, now it will redesign this for me. So, but you can see the former one also passed. Design is successful and everything passed. So you can see it's actually giving us the drawing here by this side. So whatever information you are typing in, if I come back to the geometry of this particular retaining wall, you can change in, and whatever information you are typing here, you can see is what you have. If you look here, you can see your A here. That is actually what we have as thickness here. You can play around. You can check all the informations that you have here, and then you can change them from here. Now, when it fails, it will tell you it has failed. Okay, let's assume that I change this height to 10 meters. It may most likely fail. Sorry, no, I don't want to do that. Wall heights. Wall heights. Let me make it 10 meters, okay? 10 meters. Yes. So I made it 10 meters. Good. Now you can see total failure safety is not satisfied. Okay, so it's not satisfied. It's telling you that it has failed. Okay, so this is how you know. Okay, so once I click on this now, it will prepare the detailed drawing for this. Let's assume, okay, let me change this to 7 meters. Let me see whether it will pass. Click on this. Yes, I want to redesign this. I think it has failed as well. Okay, so let's go back to 6 meters and I will redesign this and I'll click on yes. There's something wrong with this. Okay. Total failure. Design is successful. Total failure safety is not satisfied. Okay, so you keep playing around with the data that you have until it passes. If the height has actually maybe it's too high, you can actually increase probably the stem top width and then the bottom width as well. So when you increase all of that and then probably the base thickness of this, it will most likely pass. Okay, so we are coming to that. Right now, I'm just giving you an overview of how the software is. Yes, I don't want to design this. Don't want to design this. Okay, so your design library, like the name implies, is for your design. Okay, all the structural members that are available in your ProtaDetail that you can actually design directly from your ProtaDetail. Okay, you can see this is the list of them. We have the cantilever retaining wall, we have staircase, retrofit wall, steel fretted scaffold, we have cobble, we have pad footing, pool, pile cap batch, pile design. Okay, you can do all of that, and then the detailing for all of this design is under your detail library. Okay, so what is this? Sorry, this thing is coming up whenever I'm trying to click on Prota. So you can see beam elevation detail, shear wall elevation, pit foundation. Running out of time, the meeting will end in 10 minutes. Okay, so it will soon end in 10 minutes and then I have to restart this meeting again all over. But you can see what I'm talking about. We have the whole detail, the slab, drop, plant section, culvert, pit foundation. These are the detail libraries. So let's say I click on beam elevation detail. So you can see this is the beam elevation detail. So I can change to any pattern. And the good thing is this, what you do here is what you can as well do even in your Protastructure, the software directly. Okay, you can do all of this here directly from the Protastructure itself. Okay, so all of this is contained already even in the Prota, except for I think pit foundation, culverts. Okay, I think they have, but this beam detail is very much available in the Protastructure itself. So shear wall elevation, yeah, you have wall design there in your Protastructure as well. So pit foundation, curve art is not there. Okay. Okay, plan section is just a cross section, and then the slab drop, the whole detail, level mark, automatic dimensioning, crop beam elevation. I'm going to take you through all of that. Like I said from the beginning, you can actually add some of your reinforcement. You can insert a single point, insert using 2 points and all of that. I will take you through all of that process as we go further in the design using ProtaDetail. Okay, so most of what we have here, we have already seen them in our in our design libraries. Okay, so insert, these are some of the, this is what the software by default comes with all of this on your screen, because it assumes, okay, these are the most common tools that you are actually going to be using in the ProtaDetail. So it will actually appear on your screen by default. Okay, it will appear on your screen by default. So you can see, you can actually move some of these files. You can even take it out if you want to actually take it out. So you can see, you can move them. You can actually move all of this. All right. So if you click on this drop down, you can see we have some here: file cap batch, file design, okay, engineering utilities, design reports manager. All right. Sorry, I had to respond to a particular message. Okay. So I think that is the basic information about that is more like an overview of how ProtaDetail is. Okay, so I'm going to be starting by showing you some of the ProtaDetail tools, how to actually make use of some of these tools. Okay, in order for you to do some of your editing. So I'm going to take you through that process right away. Okay, so after this, we are going to the next section. Okay,